punt, 3-yard return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A guy coming off a career high in rushing yards last year. Here's Aaron Jones. And some room to work. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The Packers are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. Shoves him away. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Meanwhile, Carr's throw caught by Olave. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
His college teammate Garrett Wilson and the Jets won the award. But Chris Olave was very much in contention for Rookie of the Year honors as well. The only other rookie over 1,000 yards last season, he really looked worthy of that number 11 overall pick and a nice first down catch right there.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Looking here for Smith downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Hey, look at this Packers defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He's got his target. That's complete. A big-time play there for New Orleans. yards. 41 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Sorry, it looks like they started some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Following the interception, Love, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Love going to give this one to Jones.
And they'll get him down up past the 15.
76 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hand.
The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Saints. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Down to about the 22 here.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 3.
Again, it's Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Saints are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back 1, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48 there.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams. And that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
And that That's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Play action this time with Love. And his throw is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Let's go.
2nd and 10. Now Love will try with his legs.
And out of bounds right around the 20. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punt, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
At their own 32-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes.
And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
At the 3-yard line.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Ready?
Jones going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Love. Touchdown, Packers.
Josiah DeGuara
From 3 yards out.
And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Carlson's extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Well, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
From the 31, here comes second and a yard. Love, he's going to change the play here. To throw again on second down. Love. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to have it here just past the 25. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Continued struggles here in the second quarter, and to me, you can pin a lot of that on an inability to convert 3rd downs and that most recent incompletion to the list of examples.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded just inside the 30. Escapes the defender. Fights through, and now a crease. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Good blocking there and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Jonathan Abram picks it.
And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Boy, the run on 1st down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Here's Carr.
He lets it go deep for Olave.
And got his man complete.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. It delivers a big play here for this offense.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara.
He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here.
Now they'll change things up.
On 2nd down, here's Carr.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now Carr. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Ready. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Ready.
Love looking to throw it.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
And now Love going to change things up.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25. So that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the route.
Touchdown! Josiah DeGuara. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside. They give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards. And boy, did he come through, pulling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. But now an audible here into something else. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He lets it go deep for Olave. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Saints 10.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown.
It's all about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talk about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Now Carlson for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start the second half with Kamara. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
93.
Carr. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A 10th carry for Kamara. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are able to cut into that deficit.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. To throw now, here's Love. He'll complete this one to Watson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Here we go. From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, Love. He'll find the goal, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll move the chains. Now Jones. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
On the ball. On the ball. Jones again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3 tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal.
10 cycles. Hut, hut.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. Third quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Carr to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara.
before he takes it inside the 40. 137 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Coming left is Kamara. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. And this offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12. Play action. Now it's Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Carr, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Love. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Jonathan Abram picks it, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Carr, he wants to change up the look here.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Now Carr.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So Carr will exit stage right and on his Lutz for the Saints field goal.
This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Ready?
An inside give to Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now a 2nd down throw for Love here.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one will be down by a member of the kicking team at about the 40-yard line.
40-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Now a play fake. Carr. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Chris Olave.
62 yards.
And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And it's caught. He got it in the end zone. So instead of trying to get 1 point closer, they roll the dice on the fake and come up with 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Ready?
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Set, go.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
19-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Right, Chief. Here we go.
Now Carr. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here's 2nd down.
7:34.
Carr. It's complete. Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. Here's Carr. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
A
Got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And they will take a knee here.
Come on, set. Ready.
2, and that should be that.
Down.
A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles.
Nobody do it better than me, not incredibly. I do this competitively, uneditably. These falling silent when I walk up in the building. Worry about their future like I'm here to snatch their children. That line was brilliant. I'm not already in the millions. Am I not the picture of resilience?